Stranger Things is gearing up for its final season, and fans couldn't be more excited. But there's a tricky problem the showrunners have had to deal with. The cast has grown up a lot since the show first premiered. Back when Stranger Things started in 2016, the kids we all fell in love with, Millie Bobby Brown as Eleven, Gaten Matarazzo as Dustin, Sadie Sink as Max, Caleb McLaughlin as Lucas, were actually around the same age as their characters, mostly between 11 and 14 years old. That made everything feel super relatable, especially with the show's nostalgic 1980s small-town vibe. Now, jump to 2024 when Season 5 began filming, and those same actors are all in their early to mid-20s. Sadie Sink, for example, is 22, but her character Max is still supposed to be around 17 or 18 in the story. That's a pretty big difference, and it's not just her. Most of the cast has aged nearly a decade since the show started. This time gap has created some challenges for authenticity, but also opened creative opportunities to show deeper emotional arcs and more mature performances. This creates a real challenge because the storyline hasn't moved forward that far in time yet. The characters aren't supposed to be young adults just yet, at least not for the beginning of Season 5. The showrunners have been pretty open about this. They've said they don't want just to age the characters to match the actors, at least not right away. So, they've had to get creative behind the scenes to make the actors look younger and keep that feeling of the characters being teenagers alive. It's actually pretty impressive how the production team balances keeping the characters young and true to the story, while also acknowledging that their actors have naturally aged. By staying grounded in the emotional journeys of the characters rather than just their appearances, the team keeps the connection with fans intact. This way, fans get to enjoy the final season without feeling like they've jumped ahead too far in time or lost that special connection to the characters. You might think the easiest way to handle the age difference between the actors and their characters in Stranger Things would be to just digitally de-age the cast using CGI or AI. After all, lots of big-budget movies and shows have leaned on that kind of technology lately to make actors look younger. But the Stranger Things team, especially executive producer and director Shawn Levy, has made it clear they're steering far away from all that high-tech stuff for Season 5. Levy has openly said they won't be relying on AI or digital de-aging effects. Instead, they're going old school, sticking to classic filmmaking techniques that have worked for decades. This decision avoids that weird, uncanny valley feeling you sometimes get when digital effects try to make someone look younger, but it ends up looking off or unnatural. So, if they're not using fancy digital tools, what are they doing? The first big piece of the puzzle is hair and makeup. These departments are absolute lifesavers when it comes to helping the cast look younger. The stylists use specific makeup tricks designed to soften features that have matured over the years, toning down anything that might give away the actors' real ages. The hairstyles are also super important. They make sure everyone's hair fits the 1980s teen look perfectly, which goes a long way in making the actors look like their younger selves again. Wardrobe is another major factor. The costume designers dress the actors in clothes that scream youthful energy and capture the fashion trends of the era. The right outfits can visually shrink the actors, making them appear younger and more like the teenagers they're playing. The nostalgic style of the clothes helps sell the illusion and keeps the characters feeling true to who they've always been. Lighting and camera work also play huge roles in the trick. Cinematographers use lighting setups that are super flattering, hiding any subtle signs of aging that might have crept up on the cast over the years. Certain camera angles and lens choices can emphasize youthful features while masking things like fine lines or mature facial expressions. It's all about making the characters look the way the story needs them to look, without drawing attention to the fact that the actors are older. And it's not just the technical side of things. The actors themselves step up, changing the way they carry themselves physically. They adjust their posture, energy levels, and even facial expressions to reflect teenage mannerisms instead of adult ones. That kind of physical acting really helps sell the illusion that they're still those kids from Hawkins, no matter how much time has passed in real life. Levy seems really confident that this old-fashioned approach will work beautifully. By relying on classic filmmaking tools and the talents of the cast and crew, they're able to preserve the nostalgic feel that fans love while keeping the characters believable. It's a smart way to handle the challenge. Fans lucky enough to get sneak peeks behind the scenes of Stranger Things. Season 5 have gotten a real sense of how the show's magic is made, especially when it comes to keeping the characters looking young and true to the story. The Duffer Brothers and the cast have been pretty generous with sharing photos and videos from the set, giving everyone a taste of what's going on while filming is underway. These glimpses include everything from quiet hospital room scenes with Sadie Sink as Max, to moody shots of the Upside Down's creepy forests that remind you just how spooky the show can get. One of the coolest behind-the-scenes moments showed Max lying in a hospital bed, awake and even smiling, surrounded by carefully chosen props like an old radio and a Kate Bush cassette tape. That cassette is a clear nod to the famous Running Up That Hill song from Season 4 that became such a huge part of Max's storyline. They're not just focused on hiding how old the actors are, but also on making sure the mood and feelings of the characters come through, which adds layers to the story. Beyond the scenes and props, fans have also seen the cast and crew having fun together when they're off camera. There have been photos of the group bonding over pinball games and just hanging out during breaks. This kind of camaraderie is huge because it helps keep the youthful energy alive among the cast. When the actors have that genuine friendship and relaxed vibe on set, it shows in their performances and makes the relationships between their characters feel even more believable. Fans have noted that this real-life closeness translates directly into the on-screen chemistry that has always been a cornerstone of the series. Production for Season 5 started early in 2024, but it wasn't all smooth sailing. The Writers Guild strike caused some delays, which made fans wonder if the cast would age even more before filming wrapped up. That's a real concern when the whole point is to keep the characters looking like teenagers. But despite these hiccups, the Duffer Brothers and the whole team have stayed focused on their goal, delivering a final season that feels true to the heart of Stranger Things. They want to wrap up the story in a way that honors the characters and the show's roots, rather than rushing or cutting corners. Shawn Levy has been pretty open about the challenges the Stranger Things team faced with the cast growing up so much over the years. He recognizes that the actors have gone from kids to young adults, which is a natural part of the show's long run, but he also wants fans to know that the creative choices made behind the scenes will keep the characters feeling authentic to who they've always been. On top of that, the Duffer Brothers have revealed that Season 5 will feature a time jump in the storyline. This is a smart move because it helps close the gap between the real ages of the actors and the ages of their characters. Instead of forcing the story to stay stuck in the same time frame for too long, the time jump lets the narrative evolve naturally. This also opens the door for fresh character developments, more intense stakes, and a tone that reflects both the growth of the characters and the maturity of the audience. Despite all these hurdles, Levy keeps emphasizing that the heart of Stranger Things isn't about flashy digital effects or complicated CGI de-aging. Instead, it's all about strong characters and great storytelling. For Levy and the rest of the creative crew, the real magic lies in the relationships between the characters and how their stories unfold. In a way, the aging cast mirrors how Stranger Things itself has grown with its audience. We first met these kids from Hawkins when they were just starting middle school, and now they're on the brink of adulthood, just like many fans who've been watching the show over. Season 5 of Stranger Things promises to be an epic conclusion to the series. Even though the cast has aged, their characters will always be those brave, curious kids fighting the supernatural forces in Hawkins, and that's what truly counts. Thanks for watching Collider. See you next time.